Have you ever wondered why it costs more to be poor? It's a perplexing irony that the less money you have, the more you end up shelling out. This is what we refer to as the poverty tax. Just like a regular tax, it's an added cost, but this one disproportionately affects those who are least able to afford it. Let's consider essential services like banking. Without access to mainstream banking, many of the economically disadvantaged resort to costly alternatives like check cashing services. Or think about food. Limited access to large supermarkets often forces the poor to shop at smaller, more expensive stores. Even housing, the most basic of human needs, often costs more in the long run for those with limited means. It's a counterintuitive reality, but a harsh one nonetheless. Let's dive into the figures, shall we? Globally, over 700 million people live below the international poverty line, struggling to survive on less than $1.90 a day. But the financial implications of poverty don't stop at scant income. Individuals living in poverty often face higher prices for goods and services, a phenomenon known as the poverty penalty. Take the cost of food, for example. In many urban areas, fresh produce and healthy options are scarce and expensive, forcing low-income families to rely on cheaper, less nutritious alternatives. This not only impacts their health but also their wallets, as they end up spending more on healthcare in the long run. Or consider banking. Traditional banks often have minimum balance requirements and hefty fees, pushing those with less income towards predatory payday lenders and check cashing services, which charge exorbitant rates. Then there's the issue of housing. The poorest often live in areas with higher crime rates and fewer job opportunities. This lack of stability and opportunity can perpetuate a cycle of poverty, making it harder to escape. The numbers don't lie. The cost of poverty is a burden that weighs heavily on the poorest among us. So what can you do about it? It's a question that invites introspection and action. A single drop in the ocean can create ripples, and similarly, your individual efforts can make a substantial difference. You can help reduce poverty in various ways. One effective way is by donating to charities that work directly with impoverished communities. Your contributions can help provide essential resources and opportunities to those in need. Volunteering is another impactful way to help. By dedicating your time and skills, you can help uplift communities and empower individuals. Advocating for policy changes is equally important. Encourage lawmakers to implement policies that address income inequality and promote social mobility. Don't underestimate the power of understanding and spreading awareness about this issue. By educating yourself and others, you can help challenge misconceptions and foster empathy. Remember, every effort counts. Together we can help alleviate the cost of poverty and create a more equitable world.